Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you to this webinar. My name is Taku, representing Agricura. I'm a regional manager at Greater Harare in National East, and today we're going to be talking about, factors which lead to yield maximization, and also incorporating crop protection in a bid to maximize all our yields. As the previous presenter might have alluded, our varieties, we have a lot of varieties. Scientists are doing their level best, to bring us to par with varieties with great genetic potential, high yielding varieties, some as much as 21 tons per hectare, some 8, 10, you name it. But we also realized that there is a gap between the actual, the genetic potential of the yield of the varieties and, the actual average yields. For example, 2021, the average yields were as low as 1.39 tons per hectare. That's the national average. At times, it was even as low as 0.68 tons per hectare. That's the national average. And yet we are saying we have all these varieties which yield up to 10 tons or more. And to dissect this gap, we notice there is, the unattainable gap. It's due to factors beyond our control. That could be rainfall patterns, which are unpredictable, temperature patterns, and everything. And there's also an attainable gap, which we can, if exploited carefully, we can actually increase the yield, the actual yield, and cover that attainable gap. And how do we achieve this? It's by incorporating, the good genetics, the good varieties with the good agronomic practices. And I would like to take you to, Liebigs Law of the Minimum, which says to get the maximum yield, it's dependent on the level of the minimum factor possible. But, for example, in this presentation, there's a barrel, a water barrel, yes. So the amount of yield which we can get is equivalent to the lowest point. It's equivalent to the weakest link. So we have to ensure that all our factors are at par, be it, the nutrient availability in all their right quantities, right water, and all the other factors. So, it is imperative to us as farmers to ensure that all our factors are in place as we are preparing for the 2022-2023 farming season. It's up to us to really plan ahead, have everything in order, have everything in place. And this can be illustrated by the 4 R's in nutrient stewardship, where, we're talking about, everything in the right place. You can have the right source. The first R is the right source, where as farmers, we're encouraged to be having the actual right type of, source of nutrients, be it the fertilizers. They should be the accurate one. One cannot substitute compound D with compound C. They're different. They need to be the right type of fertilizer. And also on the right source, we are encouraged to look for, legit sources of agro inputs. We wouldn't want fake or counterfeit fertilizers or inputs. So we are encouraged to visit registered dealers, and this is very, very important. This can lead to yield loss. And in terms of rate, we are really encouraged to be in terms of rate, we are really encouraged to use the right rates of fertilizer applications. And this can be only after you conduct soil tests, soil analysis. This is important. We cannot emphasize this enough. One needs to know their soil type. One needs to know which nutrients are they in the soil and which ones are not there. And this can help us to know which nutrients we can supplement and in which quantities, such that that won't be the law, that won't affect the law of the minimum. We'll be having all the nutrients in the right quantities. And also timing. You need to plan ahead and do the right timing. For example, you cannot be expected to be using basil dressing later on after we've planted. There's always a right reason for that time. So as farmers, we are encouraged to get all our inputs in time, and this will help to reduce losses in the future. And then in terms of placement, we need to also be cognizant of, even if we have fertilizers, how do we use them? Where do we use them? Is it in the crop root zone or in the foliar fertilizers? And at Agricura, we do have a wide range of fertilizers, your compounds, compound D, compound C, your ammonium nitrate. And also, to add on to that basket, we've launched a new product this year, which is called Apex 10. It's a non-ionic biostimulant. It's a non-ionic biostimulant. Although it contains some 17 nutrients, trace elements, it also helps, to stimulate cell growth. By stimulating cell growth, we are talking about stimulating root growth. We're talking about stimulating even the foliar growth. And how does this help us? If our roots are stimulated and they grow, it helps to increase nutrient uptake, increase water uptake, and also this helps to fight against some abiotic stresses, for example, droughts and everything. So Apex 10 helps a lot to make things grow, makes things strong, and even it even improves shelf life, for example, in tomatoes. And these are some of the examples where Apex 10 has been used, because it can be used in any crop, any organically growing crop, be it your maize, cabbages, onions, tomatoes, your mbambaira. It makes everything grow, and it's only used at a rate of 240 mils per 16-liter knapsack, which translates to about 3 liters per hectare, 3 liters per hectare in 200 liters of water, and it can work wonders. And the beauty of this product, it's 100% organic, it's non-synthetic, no residual effect whatsoever, and it's so compatible with other products, your other insecticides, herbicides, fungicides. So farmers were encouraged, whenever we are getting our inputs, to get Apex 10. It's available in all our Agricura branches and other distributors nationwide. And apart from the nutrient side, Agricura has a lot of crop protection solutions, from your herbicides, insecticides, fungicides, your nematicides, herbicides for birds, quillia birds and wheat. And apart from these, we have wide range of baskets. In fact, even your growth regulants, your biostimulants, and we're also introducing a biological crop protection basket, which is all biological, all organic, non-synthetic, global gap certified, and we are not stopping. We encourage you to visit our branches. So in terms of herbicides, this season, we have a wide range of all your generic herbicides. For example, we have non-selective and non-selective herbicides. For example, your glyphosate, which can be applied from 3 to 5 liters per hectare. It's non-selective and systemic. We have dicot, such that after right now, the rains have fallen. The weeds are actively growing now. So just before planting, after we've done winter plow, the rain might even activate weeds, and you can always clear them off with either glyphosate or Roundup or dicot, to say. And then many have asked about other products which can be used, for example, in maize, we do have atrazine, which can be used at a rate of 3 liters per hectare to control broadleaf weeds. And we do have metallachlor, which can be used at a rate of 1.2 to 1.9 liters per hectare to control your grasses. However, atrazine, many have had issues with regards to residual activity. Why was, many times, even if it controls broadleaf weeds and it stays in the soil for up to a year, it might control a broadleaf crop that might be planted after. So this one would be good in the event that there are no follow-up crops broadleaf, and then its residual activity can mean we will tend to last longer without the soil growing broadleaf weeds. But however, we do have an alternative to that, which is MCPA herbicide, which can be applied, it's about 500 mils per hectare against broadleaf weeds in maize at planting. And we're also, as Agricura, distributors of some of these other products. For example, Bayer is a product called Oxo, which can be applied at 1.5 liters per hectare, or Stellar Star, which can be applied at 1 liter per hectare. That's post-emergent to control against broadleaf and grasses in maize. So you can always come through and we discuss further on how to use all of these products in any of our branches nationwide. And in terms of insecticides, we do have a whole big basket. If I were to dissect it, fill up pages and pages, but we do have synthetic insecticides, organic, and also biologicals. And we understand one of the major pests of economic importance in maize is the fall armyworm. And we want to say as Agricura, we do have the solutions rather. We actually have more than one, but one of the most common is the emamectin benzoate plus lufenuron. It's a combination of two novel active ingredients, both working in different modes of action to hammer the fall armyworm. And do you know what I like about this product? It's not even that much expensive. For example, one sachet, that's a 10-gram sachet, it goes for $1 in Agricura branches, goes for $1 in Agricura branches, and that 10 grams can be used to dilute in one knapsack, 116-liter knapsack, and per hectare, it's only 120 to 150 grams per hectare, and it can be applied across various crop stages, from the young ones, up until the crop has grown very much. And another thing that I like about this emamectin, it's green label. It's we are going towards more environmentally friendly pesticides, insecticides, and we do have various other insecticides that can be used in rotations. For example, your Carbaro 85, your DDVP, your CARTAP, and to mention but a few. You can always come through. We'll discuss all about these, and I'll share my contacts at the end of the presentation. If you have further burning questions regarding this. And then in terms of fungicides, fungicides, fungal diseases are one of the most economic, pests. Was a disease, it's a pest as well. Some of the most economic pests which affect our crops. So we at Agricura, we are not stopping. We are continually developing more and more products that can help to prevent, to cure, and even to eradicate diseases in our crops. For example, we do have the Agricura special fungicide, 2 active ingredients as well. It's systemic and it's very effective for the control of blights in tomato and potatoes for all your horticultural farmers, and also metalaxyl plus mancozeb, again 2 active ingredients which are very good in controlling diseases. So at Agricura, we do, this is a generic guide. We do have guides for every crop. This is for 1 hectare of maize. We have generic fertilizer requirements, and we also have solutions to every problem. For example, your weeds, your grasses, and broadleaf. We have the product, application rate, and application remarks, and also in terms of your insects, African so we don't only have for maize, but we have for all crops. Your soya bean, your sugar beans, your potatoes, tomatoes, tobacco, you name it. And we urge you to really pay us a visit. Agricura branches, we do have about 23 branches in every province nationwide, and we do have a toll-free number, 0808 0519, 0808 0519. And then we'll encourage you to please give us a call, please give us a ring, please come through. We do have solutions, from your seed. We do stock for, seed co and all other, seed houses. So we do have your seeds, your chemicals, and also even your grain protectants. So we are there for you in terms of the systemic, synthetic chemicals and also organic chemicals. And we believe we can work together this season moving forward. Thank you so much.